It's story time. Story time. Let's read it story time. Story time. I'm geeked to story time. Story time. You and me, it's story time. Story time. Let's achieve. Hello, everyone, and welcome to story time with me, Kayla. How's everyone doing out there? I hope you're doing well, making sure to stay safe, stay cool, and eat your vegetables, and I hope you are enjoying your beautiful Sunday. Now today, we have another special author feature. We are going to take a look at a book from Author Glenn Allen, who has written an entire book series about his very own son. So, without further ado, the book we will be reading tonight is called The Adventures of Gabe the Mighty, the kid with extraordinary super duper superpowers. Ready to see what this book is all about? Ready, set, let's begin. The Adventures of Gabe the Mighty, the kid with extraordinary super duper superpowers. Written by Glenn Allen. Illustrations by Ayan Mansoori. Here we go. This is going to be a great one. This book was inspired by the almost nearly true, a little exaggerated stories of Gabriel Kennard Brown. Hey, shout out to you. Here we go. Today's superpower is imagination. Imagination is like dreaming while awake. Have you ever imagined before? I love to imagine. Hi, my name is Gabriel, but my friends call me Gabe. Gabe the Mighty. Well, I added the mighty part because deep down inside, I'm a superhero. I know, I look like a normal kid, but if you look closely, you just might see that I have superpowers. And not just any superpowers. Extraordinary super duper superpowers. I can jump really high and almost fly. Have you ever tried to do that before? I definitely have. I can run really, really fast. And I am really, really, really strong. Sounds like a superhero to me. My mommy says it's just my overactive imagination. Who knows? But she doesn't know that when I put my super cape and pin my G-shield to my shirt, I become, ta-da, Gabe the Mighty. If you don't believe I have superpowers, ask my best friend and trusted sidekick, Israel. I'm not a sidekick. How did I get my superpowers, you ask? That's a good question. I'm not sure. No one in my family has superpowers. If my mom had a superpower, it would be, brain-a-mania. She would be a super duper smart, able to outthink a kid and trick him into cleaning his room. That does sound like a brain-a-mania. If my dad had a superpower, it will be super strength. He will be like the strongest man in the world, able to lift a car. What do you think your mom and dad's superpower would be? If my sisters had a superpower, it would be meanie beanie. They would be meanest sisters ever. Well, actually, they aren't always mean. Sometimes they are pretty nice, but every great superhero needs a villain. I try to leave my superpowers at home when I go to school. It would be unfair to use my superpowers to win everything. Well, that's very nice of him. But I never know when I might need them, so I keep them hidden, just in case of an emergency, like recess. I mostly save my superpowers for bedtime. It's the best time to have superpowers. You see, there's a monster that sleeps under my bed. He eats toes and dirty socks for dinner. Ooh. At night, when I'm in my bed, sometimes I have to use my superpowers so that I'm not afraid. That's when I put on my super cape, pin on my G shield, and use my extraordinary super duper superpowers. Zap! Ooh, he's using his superpowers. Don't worry, he'll be back tomorrow. He's pretty friendly during the daytime. He has like a zapping ray from his hand. What is your superpower? What is your superpower? All kids have a superpower. That is true. Even you. And here's a little about the author. Glenn Allen is an award-winning author, poet, playwright, and arts advocate. He has over 3 decades of experience in the areas of education, juvenile justice, and art as therapy. Glenn is also a champion for children with incarcerated parents and a founding member of the National Center for Juvenile Justice Reform and the DC Black Theater and Arts Festival. To learn more, you can head on over to his website. The end. Yes, Gabe Crew! Now, what would you say your superpower is? I would love to know in the comments below. I think I would say mine would be the ability to read and also the ability to sleep as much as I do. Now, earlier I mentioned how Mr. Glenn has written an entire book series, so be sure to stay tuned because we will be reading his other book on a later day. Now, to check out your copy of Gabe the Mighty book series, make sure to head on over to his website, www.gabethemighty.com, and also be sure to follow him on social media. A big thank you to Mr. Glenn for sending in these books, and a huge shout out to Mr. Gabe himself, who these books are about. You are a cool dude, and you are going so many places. I thank you all so much for joining me, but it's time to say goodbye. Are we ready? Goodbye, 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 my friends. Goodbye to you. I hope to see you again real soon. Be proud of all your work tonight. Now climb into bed and sleep real tight. On a count of 3, let's say goodnight. 1, 2, 3, good night.